And welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on WARA 1320 AM and online at 4deepsportstalk.com. Today, me and Dominic are here with the girls softball team from Taunton, the D1 state champion. So, Coach, would you like to introduce yourself first? Get it started.
Sure. Coach Raposo. I'm the head softball coach at Taunton High School.
Nice if I turned on the mic. Good, Coach. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Coach Raposo, I've been the head softball coach at Taunton High School for the past 4 years.
I'm Mia Torres. I am a rising college freshman, and I play outfield.
I'm Gracie Oliveira. I'm an incoming freshman, and I play first base.
My name is Bella Bork. I'm an incoming senior, and I play shortstop.
Nice. And congratulations again. I got to adjust my mic. I talk way too loud. Way too loud. If you want to call in, 508-222-1320. This show will be edited for Access TV throughout the South Shore and some towns up in north of Boston. But so anyway, I like to do this, and I don't know if you remember Coach. Coach is not the type of person that will brag about herself, so I'm going to do it for her. No, I got it. Thank you. First, we'll start with Coach Raposa's stats. Let me see. 4 consecutive D1 state titles, 4 Hockomock League titles, 98 and 2. I almost said 988. 98 and 2 record, 65 game national winning streak, 80 game state winning titles, 2 Gatorade Coaches of the Year, and 3-time top 25 nationally ranked. Did you guys realize you were nationally ranked?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. I think that's really, really cool. And as far as now, these will all be. The good thing is when we get this edited, they won't see me like fumbling through all these papers. There'll be a graphic up, so it'll be a little bit better. So if I want to make sure I get this right, so this is how the season started. And again, pay attention to the graphic. That'll be up by Tuesday. They start on. It was May 24th. They played Silver Lake. They beat Silver Lake 14-2. Went back into the conference, played Foxborough, beat them 15-1. On the 30th, they beat Attleboro 5-0. April 4th, they beat North Attleboro 11-3. Franklin 10-7. Stoughton 12-8. King Philip 8-7. Sharon 15-2. Canton 15-2. Dighton Rehoboth out of league 18-10. The only loss was the another state champion, the LaSalle Academy team 8-2. Went back into the conference, beat Mansfield 14-1. Norton out of the Tri-Valley beat them 9-3. Milford 12-2. Oliver Rains 17-1. Attleboro again, a closer game, 8-7. Franklin 13-5. Sharon 18-4. King Philip Regional 9-8. Milford 9-4. Bishop Feehan 15-1. Dighton Rehoboth 15-4. And their playoff run, another historic great playoff run. Beat Plymouth South 17-1, Braintree 10-6, Newton North 8-6, Shrewsbury 9-2, and they won the state title with a very, very tight game against Attleboro 11-8. And what do you guys remember about that game? That was, you guys were down, right? And then you guys focused. And what was the morale? What was the thought process as that game was going on?
I definitely think when we were in the field, we were definitely picking each other up on that first inning because that 5 runs definitely kind of drained our energy a little bit. But as soon as we got back into the dugout, we were definitely here for each other and there for each other, and noticing that it's only the first inning, and that's just not how a game is won by just one inning. It's won by all the innings that you play. So by coming out and definitely getting Tori's triple in that first inning was definitely an energy sparker to keep going on with our game.
What about you guys?
I know Bella had an amazing home run. She had a great game that day, and we try to keep our energy up all throughout the innings. It doesn't matter. We could be losing 8-0, and we'd still come back. We'd still come back with our offense and keep our defense sharp and keep our energy up at all times. What
inning did you hit that home run?
The second, I'm pretty sure.
The second?
Yeah.
She knows what running is. She knows what So what advice can you give girls playing for her coming up? Is it more mechanic? Well, bat speed's obviously important, right? What size bat do you swing?
34, drop 10.
drop 10. What's the rules on that, Coach, for the drop? Nothing?
We don't have any in the high school.
All right, I know baseball, they get like a drop 3 or something.
Yeah.
But drop 10? That's pretty cool. That's a evenly bat, right? Even,
Not too heavy, not too light.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
perfect.
Right? So what are you working on in the off season?
Definitely both offense and defense. I think when I was starting high school, I focused more on offense. I think it's definitely important to focus on both. And, hitting every day, usually.
Repetition,
Yeah.
nice.
Try every other day, throwing a lot. I think just reps and good reps.
Nice. How many reps would you say you get? Rough guess.
A lot.
You can't ask Bella that question.
No. She's overwhelmed with how many times she's took a whack at a ball in a batting cage, probably, right?
She's a hardworking kid.
Good for you. That's awesome. What about you, young lady? What did you work in the off season?
Mostly just the outside pitch. I was having a hard time seeing it, so I worked on that a lot of reps, like Bella said, and just getting better.
Favorite pitch to hit? Do you like the rise ball? No.
I keep my hands pretty low, so getting to that rice ball is a little tough. So I'm also working on that right now. But usually it's the inside low. I love inside low.
Nice. All right, Mia, what do you got? Educate us.
For what, off season?
Yeah, off season and things you wanted to work on to get ready for this year.
Off season is definitely tough for me. I play 2 sports in the off season, so I play soccer and basketball. But definitely for me, it was definitely getting my reps on the offensive side, trying to power slap and be more in my back legs, and trying to make sure like I can place the ball and actually like push it through, not just getting like some scrappy hits down the line. Yeah, that's really mostly it.
We've had a few conversations about like 3-sport athletes. How do you think that like helps you? Are you all 3-sport athletes? No, just you. So this one's just towards you. That is, how does that help you, like as a softball player, as an athlete as a whole?
Definitely gets the like whole sportsmanship aspect around like playing with different people, different sports, getting the different environments from different sports, and being able to handle the pressure in all the different sports. So for softball, it's mostly a lot of pressure along like we have to create like the sense of like build up our community, and like in my other 2 sports it's more like building the community we want to build. So it's kind of different aspects of different games, but I think also it helps like with my strengths and my weaknesses in different sports, and just like being able to like use different muscles and use them in the ways that all the other sports are needed.
So when do you start your softball training, being a 3-player athlete?
I do it normally in my off season, but I don't do it as much as like Bella and Greasy do it. It's just as seasons like come about, like I tend to put my baskets all in one egg to that season.
That's a lot of baskets for you. That's a lot of baskets.
Yeah, so it's just as soon as like that sport comes up, I try to like put all my time and effort into that sport.
So you dive right in.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. Coach, what was it? I mean, God, I know she's not going to brag, so I'm just going to lead her into it. What was different? Would you say each season's different? Which all
Totally. Yep.
What was special about these girls compared to the other teams?
We say this team had a special bond. A lot of them played together since they were younger, but the bond and the fight that they had early on was pretty eminent. You know what I mean? We didn't have a dominant pitcher this year, and they knew that, so they had to rely a lot more on their defense and their offense to help reduce them, or help get the scoreboard in their favor throughout the year. So just that like community feel, and like just hey, I got you.
Nice.
Hey, you made a mistake, but don't worry, we got this. Well, just like that first inning of that championship game, we're down 5 runs, at the bottom of the first, and we're like, all right, let's chip away. Let's pass the bat. Let's see what we can do. And for them to respond with 4 runs right away just goes to show like the amount of fight that these girls have, and that they had all season long. They weren't worried after 5 runs.
Right. And you can see it in their
Oh,
body.
yeah.
That's cool.
never once have I looked out on the field and saw their body language change. They could be hit after hit. I mean, we gave up a huge home run, and they never once, not one of those kids got deflated. And they're just like, don't worry, next pitch, and, focus on the next at-bat or making that next play. Do whatever we can to help each other. And for that takes an entire team to believe, not one girl, two girls. It's all 20 girls believe that they were a team and they were there to do something, to help produce, that winning championship game.
Now, you and the coaching staff, when did you guys think this is going to be another, was there a certain game during the year that you said, I think we're going to go on another decent run? Or did you just let it come at you?
I don't think we think about anything other than the game that we're in here and now. Like, we focus on the game that we're up next against. We're never looking ahead. I never look at, the schedule or, when you go into tournament play, we don't look at the bracket and say who we could potentially play, or, we just focus on the team that we're going to play and, try to play our best. And my biggest motto is, the only team that's going to beat us is ourselves.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Can't say any better than that, right?
Not looking forward at the schedule is crazy. I remember when I played football in high school, every single day I was looking who we're playing next and all the way through down. So that's nice to be able to be focused on the one game ahead of you, and that's it.
If you don't win that game, you can't play the next one.
Very true.
It's a lot of the mentality. So we're going to do everything we can to win that one.
So what about you girls? Was there a certain team when you looked at that schedule? As far as, I'm looking maybe there was a rut you had, years prior that you want to compare, when you want to know you're personally ready. Was there a certain team you were looking forward to playing in the schedule?
Oh, definitely. I think for me is definitely KP. We love playing KP. We love the competition. We love the rivalry. I think we've built a big I don't know. I don't want to say just rivalry, but we've built a.
You can say rivalry. It's not. You're not breaking the laws.
I don't want to say rivalry because we are friends with them. Bella plays with some of them, so it's
right.
it's like a friendship. It's like a friendly competition, but it's always a good game when we always play them. So we're always ready for that game and just keeping it going.
Yeah, but bragging rights is pretty cool though. Just saying. Right?
I mean,
absolutely.
They did give up a 7-1 lead in that game. In the seventh inning, and we had to go into extra innings because they tied at 7-7. We held them in the top of the eighth, and Grace Simmons came in with a walk, and Mia got on, and Bella hit her in, and so Bella attributed to us winning that in the top of the eighth, and we were able to hold them in the bottom of the eighth. I'm sorry, I had it wrong.
That's
so
all right.
We ended up winning 8-7 in the at the end of 8, and it's again just to their fight that it's never over until it's over.
Right, very good team, and you guys came to play, and they gave them all. They gave you guys everything they had.
Yep.
All right, we are going to take our first break. When you can call when we come back. 508-222-1320. 508-222-1320. The Massachusetts State Champions, the girls softball team from Taunton High School. They're in studio. You can call us again when we get back. We'll be right back after this.
And welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at WA 1320 AM. We're here with the Division I state champion Taunton softball. And I want to start off this section. I'll talk about your guys' offense. You put up 300 runs this year. Looks like
only 300.
Yeah, just a good 60 above second place. So,
Right?
yeah, you want to talk about your offense. What was your team doing right this year to kind of put up an insane number like that?
I mean, if you're going to talk about the runs that we score, we got to talk about the runs against us, right? You know, we had a unprecedented number of runs against us, and so we knew that going into this year that we were going to have to produce offensively more than we ever have, and you know, we didn't look at those numbers. You know, at least I didn't. We just, you know, did everything we can to score each game. But I don't know what you guys think.
Definitely, I think most of our offense came from the confidence that we had in each other to like know how to pass the bat and know how to like from one through how many people we were hitting that day, that each person has a role and each person will do their role and be able to like
step up when we need them to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that was eminent a lot throughout the games. You know, there wasn't a certain game where every, you know, team member is going to hit 1 through 9. You know, softball's a game of failure. So to be able to, you know, work through that and still be, you know, produce offensively or just come up and do what you can, you know, whether that's coming up defensively for our teams. These girls worked hard.
All right, you're first here on 4 Deep Sports Talk with the state champions from Taunton. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Damiano. This is Vinny driving his Veloster, first-time, long-time caller. First off, congratulations, ladies, on your latest championship and this historic run. But my question today is for Ms. Raposo, which I'll ask, and then please hang up and listen. Coach, how does it feel to you personally to have won multiple state titles as first a student athlete and now as the head coach of your alma mater? Thank you.
Thank you for the call.
You know, when I won in 02 and 03, it was unprecedented to win back-to-back state titles. But these girls have done something that has never been done. You know, they're on a 6-run, you know, back-to-back to back-to-back. I don't even know if I said that 6 times, but you know, it's just unbelievable. So to win as a student athlete for me was just an incredible feeling. I also play with my sister, so. To win that state title with my sister was just like a special moment. But, you know, now as a coach to watch all these girls like live through these moments that I felt as a student athlete is just, for me, it's just cool and amazing because I'm like, I know what it feels like. I know what it's like to be in those shoes. But, you know, their shoes are different than mine because they've done this multiple years in a row. It's like unprecedented to do this. And, you know, I can't imagine what it feels as a student athlete to be a part of that. But as a coach, it's been an incredible ride. Every year it's just, you know, we refocus and, you know, see what we can do to, you know, potentially make the postseason and see how far it takes us. But this has been an even more incredible ride for me because I got to do it alongside my daughter.
Oh, that's really cool. I want to ask you a question. So they play out of the, I don't know if you remember, they play out of the Kelly Rex division of the Hockomock.
Yeah.
You get them, they get Taunton that won their conference, you know, won the whole thing. You got King Philip who won Division 2. Attleboro, who they had to beat and came back from to beat them in the state finals. And we're talking about the 105 runs against.
Yeah, I was gonna say, quite humble saying that's unprecedented. Still the second least in your.
You know why? You know why, right? Because they know they're going to get their butts smoked if they try to put up runs that compete with these girls. I mean, because if you look at King Philip, they had 68, like you said, 60-point difference for runs, 4 runs against. If these teams don't try to put up runs against these girls, they're going to get smoked.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to any of these other, you know, even you've got like Dighton and Bishop Fien was a good softball program, and I mean, you guys probably didn't want to lose, but probably learned something from the LaSalle Academy game, right? So that's how I look at that. I mean, that's a lot of runs against, but again, if they don't score, they're going to get smoked. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sense over here, you know. But yeah, that's how I look at it. I mean, that's the only way you can look at it, really. You're sitting there like, oh, we're only playing the state champions. Only? We better put up some runs. I guess what? It's going to be a long bus ride home, folks. And you're going to dwell on that for the whole season.
I mean, we knew that throughout the whole season. I think even the DR game, you know, we came up with 5 runs, you know, the first inning, and then, you know, the bottom of the first, they came back with 5 runs, you know, and then we went into the second inning. It was just a back and forth battle all game long, and we knew throughout the entire year that, you know, we're going to compete.
Yeah, absolutely. So I had a question for you girls. What did you learn personally from the LaSalle loss, the 8-2 loss? What stuck with you to move you on for the rest of the season?
It was definitely, I don't know for them, but for me, it was definitely a lift off the shoulders. We were getting the like ego of we have a win streak, da da da, like who's gonna keep the win streak. And it's like when you have that win streak stuck in your mind and you're playing someone, it's kind of hard to be like play cool, calm, and collected. I think with us it was definitely like, oh, now we can finally reset, finally have different confidence and different boost for our next games.
Awesome. What about you girls?
I definitely learned that it's okay to lose, and we took a lot from that game. We learned from it. In the very next practice, we were back. We were working on it, and I mean, we just need to come up from the jump, and we need to score, and that's exactly what we did our next game.
I bet you went to batting practice.
I learned that you can't let umpires dictate the game.
Good point.
And you just have to bounce back and just put the ball in play. I think that game we struggled a little bit offensively. We still tried to pick each other up, but we just couldn't really put the bat on the ball that game, which was fine. And I think we just learned that small contact is better than no contact, and just try to put the ball in play.
Yeah, exactly. God knows how many times Coach probably said that to you, and right? I mean, it's well, you guys know that. You got to put the ball on. You don't know if you long as you put the bat in the ball or the softball in the bat, whatever. Right, and you guys learned from that. You moved on, and you decided to smoke the rest of the state and girls softball.
I don't think I realized how much pressure they were feeling because we don't talk about the win streak. We don't, put any pressure on it. But I think the outside sources were putting a lot of that pressure. There was a lot in the media about it, and then a lot of other teams and other girls were saying we're going to be the ones to, knock your streak. And I think it just, teenage girls, they're starting to think about it a little bit. And
right.
So once that happened, they were like, all right, let's go. It's time to refocus. And it was you can't win every game.
Right.
If they've done a really good job of, they're amazing winning streaks, but, just because the score wasn't in our favor that day doesn't mean that game wasn't a win for us in a lot of other aspects.
Right. And well, you're a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you know the deal more than anybody about how you learn as you go, and you learn from that. You know what I mean? And me is like, well, Lee, stop bringing that up now. I can see it in her face. But I just think it's pretty cool that you learn from something, you move on, and then you guys go on a little tirade of your own and do what you guys did. Do you have a question? I was going to go into one more.
Yeah, no, I got one about. So you guys are all continuing your softball careers at the next level. You want to talk about that? What schools you're committed to? Get to brag about yourselves a little bit.
I'm going to the University of New Haven. It's in New Haven, Connecticut.
I'm going to the University of Maine.
I'm going to the University of Virginia.
Okay, now I want to ask. We'll start with why Virginia? What other school? Well, we're not going to mention the other schools because we're going to pretty upset if we mention them.
I was committed to South Carolina in the fall, and then I actually decommitted during our playoff run, I think right before or during, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So I was uncommitted during that state final game, and I just felt like a big weight lifted off my shoulder during that time, and I think I played my best. I already knew that I was probably going to go to Virginia. I just wanted to wait so I could go on my visit and stuff. But when I was there, it just felt like home, and the coaches are amazing. So
nice. So you felt that nice. Good. That's what you want anyway, right? I would think. What about you, young lady?
The same thing. It's once I went to the University of Maine, I met the girls, I met the coaches. I got on campus. It's just like I felt like a whole weight was lifted off my shoulders. Like I knew this is where I wanted to be, and that I'd be able to continue my athletic and academic career there.
Now, the other girl already graduated, right? The girl we mentioned before that went to Maine. Did she graduate?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's been out, right?
Yeah.
I'm aging myself now. What about you?
She just got inducted into the Hall of Fame for Taunton High.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Last fall. Yep.
That's pretty cool. That was really cool. All right, Maya, what about you? Why New Haven?
Mine was definitely the culture. When I look for a team, I look for culture, and I look for hoorah aspects, and their university has a lot of the components that I really wanted. So I got to meet all the girls and got to meet everyone, and it was just the environment I really wanted, so I kind of knew I wanted to be there.
Nice. Now, I don't know if I said this before, but as far as teaching the younger kids, maybe you could elaborate a little bit more what advice you can give them to stay ready for next year, because there's basically, Coach probably told you in a roundabout way, there's a target on their back. Well, who's a junior? So you're staying, right? Mm-hmm. So, and how many seniors we had?
We had 5. Rising seniors, there's a lot. There's
oh, wow.
12 to 15.
Wow. Talk about being busy.
Senior night's going to be a really long one this year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you better start it early. Maybe a half an hour, maybe an hour early to get all those girls on. Oh, that's funny. So, again, I'm sorry. What would you give them for advice to stay ready? Oh, well, you're gonna be the work ethic anyway. You're gonna be the figurehead on the team. But I was just curious, what do you want to pass on while you're on the team? And you girls, what could you pass on to them now, even though you're leaving? If that makes sense. I hope that made sense.
Mm-hmm. For girls going.
Yeah, girls that are coming up and, they want to make her team next year with you. And
yeah. I definitely think buying into the culture that we have.
Okay.
Like JV, I think I'm not there, so I don't know.
Right,
but
right,
I think it's probably a little different than varsity. We definitely have, we work hard every practice. We don't focus on those wins, but we definitely love to win. And I think that drives us to just be better for each other. But most of all, I think we're just really good teammates. And I think that they need to buy into that to really help us mold into another strong team.
All right, what about you girls? Now that you're leaving and you can look back and things you may could have worked, advice you wish someone, the girls might have given you. They probably did give you advice, but it must be something that you would want to pass on to them.
I mean, softball is really just a mental game, so being able to stay strong within yourself and also help your teammates is really important. And I feel like Coach Pozo said, that our team, we're really close on and off the field, and we really picked each other up at all times. So I think being able to keep strong yourself but also help your teammates is very important.
Okay.
Mine is definitely live in the pressure. Live in the moment, live in the pressure. We face a lot of pressure during the season with media and just our people that we face. We're in the great division and great just league and everything. So just live in the moment, focus on one game at a time, and be there for everyone, and not just yourself, but mostly yourself, but be there for everyone as well.
So besides the the great thing they did at City Hall for you girls, I think it's more political, but you guys definitely deserve it. But, I'm not a politician. Did you guys get a chance to go to Taunton Girls Softball and see the young girls there that were playing?
So what we do is we have opening day for TGSL, and we all, it's like a ceremony. We all,
Nice.
walk around and,
that.
show all the teams, and we, help with, all the different things. We did face paint one year. We did the balloons one year, and it was just we just hang around with them. And most of I know Bella's sister plays for sisters play for the team. My sister also plays for TGSL, and it's just we have a lot of people to go back to and a lot of people that look up to us, so we always like to give back to our community when we can.
That's awesome. Did you see it? Notice how big their eyes got? Like they had big white egg whites in their eyes when they were watching you guys walk on.
So we have a youth night at Taunton High. We host the TGSL to come, and they come on the field with us. And this year they did high fives, but as we did introductions, and they stand out on the field with us for the national anthem. And I do think that they get excited looking in and just being a part of that. I think my biggest thing was with Bella, because she has younger siblings that are there a lot. They're just like, oh my God, it's Bella. We get to high five her, and they just get really excited. And
that's awesome.
That's just what softball is about in our community. I think is that never ending and revolving, just generation after generation is just looking up to one day play at Taunton High.
Oh,
yeah.
And also we do have a lot of people ask us to sign balls. I think we've signed at least 4 balls this year of girls that ask us that Gracie knew a bunch of girls that asked us. Bella signed one of our coach's son's ball.
That's awesome.
We just love to give back.
That is really cool. I like that. Well, that's cool because they look up to you, and to them. Well, you are local celebrities, believe it or not. I mean, you guys are one of the best high school softball teams in the state, if not around the country, right? I forgot to check where you guys were ranked. I dropped the ball. But Coach, I wanted to ask you before I pass it on to Jake. What's a typical question you get from fellow coaches or probably youth coaches on getting their teams ready? There must be some that come to mind.
I think the only question I usually get is what do you do? How do you get them to be as good as they are? And I go back to you can have the most athletic, the most talented team, but if they don't mesh together and they don't play together and they don't buy into your culture and your program, the team isn't going to go very far. I'm fortunate enough to have the girls that, buy into our team culture and, want to continue that Taunton High legacy of the winning culture is what they say. We don't focus on the winning culture, but just being good teammates and, being strong players and just working hard, ultimately, like if you put in the work, it's going to, pan out and you guys are going to do great things.
How about drills and stuff?
It depends. Depends on like what we need for each game, what hasn't been working. So we kind of just vary it. Sometimes we'll go back down to some basic drills, but it really is. I feel like every day is kind of different unless we're like in that rut period where we're like we just got to keep focusing on the things that like just keep coming through. For us, the big part this year that we really had to work on that we hadn't worked on was the middle infielders with our outfielders this year. We had 2 new middle infielders, and the outfielders weren't necessarily new, but training the outfielders to communicate with those middle infielders to see like which balls they could get and just challenge themselves, and that took a lot longer this year than it had in past years because of those new middle infielders.
Right.
But they did an incredible job of being able to work together, and those little droopers that would normally get in, they were able to work through that this year and stop those plays. So.
That's cool.
Awesome. So now that the season's over, like what's next for the kids on your team? Do you have like a summer camp, a fall camp?
So unfortunately, the MIA limits what you can do. You can only practice in season. We do captain's practices in January. We'll start that, but they do weightlifting. So all winter, throughout off season, they'll go to the weight room 2-3 days a week with Coach G. Typically, the captains will coordinate that with him. But
do you have a weight program for these girls?
So Coach D does all that. He's
Okay.
the strength and conditioning coach at Taunton High School. He was hired to be a full-time strength and conditioner coach for Taunton High, which a lot of schools don't have, and we're very fortunate that we have a coach that's just in there every day working with all of our athletes.
Yeah, and obviously run the right way because
Yeah.
it pays off.
Yep.
And they probably,
Yeah.
do they have to sign like a waiver and stuff to join? Is that something they have to sign up for?
It's like a part of the Taunton High School. So
Okay,
yeah,
part of it.
It's
Once you-
already in
oh, gotcha.
athletics. Yep. Yep.
That's even a bonus because
Yeah.
that can sometimes you want more money out of your pocket for doing something like, oh
No.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard of, oof, it's terrible.
Yeah.
What do you got? Anything?
Do you guys have any like fundraisers coming up? Anything for the team that you like to put out there?
We don't really do a lot of fundraising. We keep saying that we probably should do some type of fundraising to get a machine for our field. We have this gorgeous $3 million field, and Greenie does a great job maintaining our infield, but we need a machine on the field every day. It's hard as a rock. There's not enough water I can put on it. It just needs to be dragged every day, and to be able to get to the machine and bring it over, like we just need a machine designated for the field. So that's big money, but we're going to look into that in this fall.
Hint, hint. All right, we're going to take a second break. If you want to call in at 508-222-1320. The Massachusetts State Champions, the Division I Massachusetts State Champions from Taunton High School, the girls softball team. They're in studio. We'll be right back with more right after this. Hey, welcome back. You are listening and watching 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station. All one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. The Massachusetts State Champions are in studio. You can call in 508-222-1320. And I really want to appreciate our first caller who called in. We didn't no idea who he was. Yeah, they kind of run low key. But before I forget, I want you girls to do me a favor and coach with your coaching staff. I'm going to give them a shout out. Make sure they they get recognized, because you guys know that me is like, oh boy, here we go. And I thought it'd be pretty cool as long as we you guys work together and coach can talk about our coaching staff, and we give them a good well-deserved shout out. So can you guys bail me out or what? Oh, by the way, congratulations on Gatorade Player of the Year, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I got to try and read a little bit. All right, so let's go over that roster. Besides you guys, obviously, who else we got on the team that people might not know or whatever? You know what I mean? Who batted first?
Tori Carreo.
There you go. I got one right. Mm-hmm. And who batted second?
Me.
Okay. Third.
I did.
Fourth.
Anaya Bailey.
Fifth.
Me.
There you go. Sixth.
Ashton Hebert.
There you go. This is working out, Coach. I can tell. Seventh. Who was seventh? Do you remember? If you're going to get it wrong, Coach is going to straighten you out anyway.
Was it Jay?
It was, I believe it was J, and then Grace Simmons.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for the most part, that's how the lineup was.
All right. And you played extra hitter, right?
We had, so typically Grace Simmons was our extra hitter, and then we would have a pitcher in, or if Simmons was in pitching that day, we would have, just her hitting and pitching. But, we had 3 pitchers that we used to year. It was 2 8th grade pitchers, which is unbelievable that one of the 8th grader pitchers helped us win the state title. Grace Simmons is a junior, rising senior, and then the 2 8th graders are Molly Buffington and Ella Parisi. And, all 3 of them combined helped us win a lot of these games or helped us compete throughout a lot of these games, I would say, and just did everything that they can. They were ready when we needed them to. I say it all the time, but they didn't know who was pitching until maybe minutes before the game. All 3 of them would warm up, and I'm like, it's going to be a game time decision. Whoever's hitting their spots and their pitches are working for the day, that's who we're going to go with. Or, based on the strategy that we had of, can we get a couple innings out of this one and then bring another one in? And, we kind of just rode with it all year, and if it worked, great. If it didn't, we went to the next one. There was one game, I think we had pitcher number 4 and 5 warming up. So we just didn't know who we were going to rely on throughout the games. But they did a really great job. Though. It just shows the type of fight that they have, the character. And it's just unbelievable for them to be able to do that. But, I just think defensively, we needed all the girls this year. Ash had a heck of a job at third base this year. She made quite a few great plays that, normal people don't catch. That hard hit ball to her at third base in the Shrewsbury game. That could have been a 2-3 run. Who knows? You know what I mean? For me, the biggest stat this year, along with that, was the Shrewsbury game. They recorded 0 strikeouts, or we recorded 0 strikeouts. So all 21 outs came from the field that game, which is like unheard of. So, and we held them to only 2 runs throughout all that. So
that's
it's
pretty
just
cool.
Attributed to the defense and our pitchers giving us those ground balls or fly balls, not those base hits. So, Grace Simmons did a great job of, getting the hitters for those weak hits and, just relying on our defense to really push each other and make those plays.
Yeah, but that's really cool, though. You had those 4 pitches 3 other pitches standing by, right? And to have that in an arsenal ready to go at any time, and those girls knowing they trust, you trusted them to get it done, and them getting it done, that's really cool. I think that's incredible.
That's awesome, especially with 2 8th graders pitching, not only on varsity but through a playoff run.
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible.
Winning the state title with a bunch,
and
they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
They're only going to get better, which is even. And of course, the other teams are gunning for them again. So it's going to be a competitive season, Coach.
Agreed.
Oh boy.
I think our only shutout was the first time we played Attleboro. We had a 5-0 shutout. That was the only time all year we allowed 0 runs against us. And Ella, which was our 8th grader, one of our 8th grade pitchers, pitched that game, and she pitched a heck of a game that game. And we just knew that we were just going to have a 3-pitcher rotation all year long. We expected it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Who else are we missing in the roster? Anybody? We went through the batting order, and there must have been extra. Right? You had some players standing by ready to come in to help out.
So we had Maddie Crowley out on injury this year. She was our second baseman.
Okay.
The year prior, she went out on, she had knee surgery a couple days before, she hurt her knee a couple days before tryouts. So she should be a, rising senior again this year, coming back, hopefully coming back to second base for us. We missed her this year, but Tori did a great job coming from the outfield and, coming in and, working hard to compete at second base for us. So that left us with an open spot in the outfield. So Jay Gagnon did a great job coming into left field. Mia was in center. We had Kayleen Wright, and I think Kayleen Wright, she really pushed herself this season to make some of those unbelievable catches that most kids can't get to, those little bloopers right over the infield or that right center gap that should be a gap. And, me and her communicating, and somehow I don't know how those balls don't drop. They just find their way to get there and make those catches. So just competing for each other. What I love most about the middle infielders is they're continuously talking to those pitchers, whether it's, I say middle infielders, but it's all the infielders. So they're just constantly communicating to the pitchers like, hey, we got this. Don't worry. Next pitch, let's focus on this. Hit your spot. Do what we can. Get us the ball. We'll make the play. And, even if they don't, I've never seen any of these girls hang their heads or be disappointed in themselves. And, they all just do one heck of a job. A lot of it for me is, the pitchers that, there's multiple pitchers on the team, so when you pull a pitcher out, they could sometimes, be upset or whatever, but I never saw that from the girls. They were just excited to do what they could do their job, and, pass the ball to someone else to continue doing the job. So it's just incredible team. Their teammate mentality was exactly what we needed. Our slogan this year was grit. It was goals, resilience, integrity, and team. And ultimately, I think that was the best slogan that we've had because they were truly a team.
Awesome. Now, what about your coaching staff?
My coaching staff, so my right-hand woman, I always say it, is Marissa Allman. She's our day-to-day. I don't say that I'm higher than her. She's, again, my right-hand woman. Her and I coach alongside each other, and we're really good friends, so it helps that being good friends and basically being family on and off the field helps keep that same mentality. Her and I have the same expectations, so it works when you have a coaching staff that believes in everything that you believe in. We have Mike Kirby, who coaches JV, who again, anytime we need her, she comes up and helps us. And we also have Coach Fox, who coaches freshmen, and we all know Coach Fox. He is the man of softball's voice, and he keeps all our stats up to date on getting all the word out there.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I couldn't do any of this with all of them,
I got a feeling she was going to say that.
But we can't leave out. So we have Coach G, who's our strength and conditioning coach, who works all year long, and we have Chris and Maddie, who are our athletic trainers, and they're at the field with us all the time. Hey, I need you. Someone got hurt. Someone this. They're at all our championship games in our dugout. They're just
baptizing our dugouts.
What's that all about?
They were saging the dugouts, basically.
The dugouts.
Saging.
Because the three teams that had played in that dugout prior to us on that UMass Dartmouth field had lost. And we always play in the third base dugout, so we were the only team that won on that side of the dugout throughout that UMass Dartmouth run. But
I thought they were talking about throwing a holy water or something.
That's what it was.
It was our dirty tea water.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey, it worked. So
That's awesome. What's the average numbers for girls that come out for the team usually?
The number, so we typically, my perfect number is 12, 13 girls on the varsity team. I don't like to keep girls and have them on the bench. I think for morale, it doesn't work that way. And honestly, if I need you to play, I want you to be ready.
Right.
There's nothing better than being in-game and getting that in-game experience, that pressure. So if I don't need you at the moment, and not that I don't need you, I want you to get in-game, and I can only put 9 players on the field. So I hate to have too many on the bench. So about 12, 13 on varsity. We have about 15 on JV, and about the same on freshmen.
So close, would you say 50 or 60 would be a...
I think 45 is our number.
45, okay.
Yeah.
But how many girls actually try to come out anyway to make the team? Is there...
Not many more than that.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. But
It used
still
to
a
be.
lot,
Yeah, it used to be about 60 girls, 60 plus, but it's gone down a lot in the past few years.
I went to one of your practices. I think this one White was playing. And you guys made a big circle to warm up. I think it was a big circle. I covered up the whole friggin' field. Couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable. I was like, there's no way she knows who all these people are. I said to myself. But she did. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's a oh my gosh. That's unbelievable.
We carry 20 in the tournament, so we bring up a lot of girls just, to fill holes, whether that's, base runners or just in case. We brought up a couple extra pitchers, and just never know what you need till you need it.
Yeah, it's good having that option with so many people. Like you said, 45. It's still a big number that's more kids than I see at a lot of schools for a lot of sports.
A lot of schools are dropping their JV and freshman programs because they don't have it. It's hard to get freshman games because most schools don't have freshman teams. But so we are still fortunate enough to have the 3 teams, but the numbers are dwindling. So keep playing, girls.
Yeah. So that's big in the Hockomock. You see the numbers down a lot.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's a shame.
It is a shame, but then she also wears another hat. She has you help out with a summer program, right? After high school, AAU. Do you help out with AAU a little bit?
Not typically. I did help out with Mia's travel team a little bit this year. I was more of the game changer role.
You were the IT girl on the side.
Yeah. She was our hoorah girl in the dugout.
That's cool, though. There's a little bit different approach. You got a chance to watch the game, not enjoy it. Well, you probably enjoyed it coaching, but I mean, as a fan.
I enjoy sitting on the other side and just watching sometimes.
Right.
It's really nice to just watch your athletes and just see them have fun and play. For me, I don't get that as much. Like I see it, but I have to go back and relive the moments because when you're in the middle of coaching, you're thinking about all these things and what could happen, what's going to happen next. Trying to get players in, trying to sub people in and get them some innings. And there's so many things going on that once high school season's over, I just like to watch.
Do you go on vacation at all?
Softball is vacation. You didn't hear I went to Indiana?
I did.
Those are our vacations.
That's funny.
Yeah.
How was the weather in Indiana?
It was unseasonably cold this year. Well, I say unseasonably. Last year was over 100 when they had that tournament, but it was like 70s, 80s.
Wow.
It was perfect weather.
It was muggy, yeah.
It was perfect.
Now, who did you play for on the travel team?
They play for Fury. So
I'm sorry. I thought I'm sorry.
They
so
both
you
play
guys
for
play for Fury?
Yep.
I play for Rhode Island Thunder.
Yeah.
Rhode Island Thunder. So Fury, Rhode Island Thunder. Do you guys play each other in the season?
Sometimes, like in the fall, usually when we're like local tournaments.
Yeah.
Oh, local. So, but you guys like when you went to Indiana, you were where?
I traveled all over this summer.
Oh,
I didn't go to Indiana.
No, where's the farthest you went?
California.
Oh, that's a pretty good hike. All right, with that being said, we're going to take our last break. If you want to call in, 508-222-1320. The state champions, the girls softball team from Taunton High School. We'll be right back with them and more right after this.
The watered down travel teams.
Oh yeah.
Hey, welcome back. You all. I hope they didn't hear that on the air. Oh boy, as I vented to these poor people, listen to me. Welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk. You can listen and watch us if you can't. Well, I hope you're watching us on the website, 4Deep, all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. I'm Dominic Damiano. This is his last live show as he heads back to Franklin Pierce. Jacob Janicki. He has one more show to edit, which is this show, so he'll get that ready for access for TV. And then he moves on to greener pastures. He might come back next semester.
Planning on coming back next summer, but after that, I'm not really sure what my plan is.
All right.
I might be up in the woods in New Hampshire by then. Who knows?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So what are you girls going to do now that softball's officially over?
Is it?
I don't know. Is it?
Never
Well,
over.
what do you got left?
Just working back on your game. It's always softball. You're done with travel, and then it starts back up in 2 weeks. You work on your game a little more, and then you just keep working on your game. But for me and Gracie, it's more just getting ready for
Another
Hell Week.
Another Hell Week, another
Hell
tournament.
Week.
College.
Oh, college, right. I gotta pay attention.
When does your training for college start?
Mine starts on the 24th of August.
I think we officially start the 1st of September.
All right.
But we've been lifting all summer, hitting, fielding 5 times a week.
Oh, you go down there and work with them?
No, we get packets to do on our own.
Oh, nice. How do I know they're really doing them?
I think you know when you show up and they can't lift weights or their endurance isn't there. They'll
True.
see really quick who's been putting in the work on the off season. Same thing, when they come out in March, you
Right.
see real quick who's been doing work in the off season. But there isn't any off season, I think, in softball as much anymore. The girls get 1 month off in August and then they're right back at it because fall ball starts. So they go right back into practicing and they play October into November. They might get December off, and then they're right back at it in January to get ready for the spring season.
But your AAU local stuff's done, right?
Yes.
You too, Bella? You still playing? Are you done?
done.
You're done?
Yep.
So what are you going to do for the summer?
I start practices soon.
Yeah.
End of August, so
Oh,
Rhode Island Thunder.
oh, again?
Yeah.
Wow,
I have
wow.
the fall with them.
Oh, you play fall ball?
Yep.
Yeah.
And do they travel? Does the fall ball team travel?
Yep.
Do you already have your schedule?
I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, I was just curious. I figured California. Maybe you'll go to
We
China
usually
or something.
do, but not this year. 18s don't go.
18.
Last year I did on 16s, but
You went where again?
California.
California.
Yeah.
But that's it. You stayed within the states?
Yeah.
I was just curious. I don't know if they, I don't know. I don't know if they travel.
They travel a lot. Some of these national teams. So Bella's on one of the national teams that travel all over. To California, Florida. You went to Georgia, Colorado. They kind of go everywhere. The Fury team kind of stays a little bit more local, like on this half of the United States is what we say. We do a lot of tournaments in New Jersey.
This side of
my
Mississippi.
God.
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Indiana. They did Virginia last year. Florida. They'll go to Florida. So.
And you just sat there patiently like a good fan.
Yep. we're just there doing the game changers,
They're the
whatever they
game
need.
changer. I
The
wanted
hoorah.
to see a picture of that. I heard you sitting still doing a game changer.
Here's a picture.
Schedule. How much is the schedule changing next year besides the regular Hawk?
So the
opponents?
Hawk is, 16 games. It's the 4 games that we have to try to find. It's really just dependent on who wants to play us. So we have a hard time finding teams that actually want to play us sometimes. So
I wonder why.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, wouldn't you want to compete? Play
Yeah.
a game that's gonna elevate your players or
Exactly.
even give us a competition. So that's my biggest thing is go out and play the hardest teams. Win or loss, you're gonna come out with wins at the end. See what you need to work on, and these girls are gonna come out stronger mentally, anyways.
Now I'm just curious as a fan. Do you have a big input on the other 4 teams?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Are you looking to play that Rhode Island team again, something like that? Or?
We're gonna try to keep about the same schedule as we had last year. So
Right.
keep competing and see what we can do.
Awesome. That's cool. I'm trying to think who else would want to. I mean, you ever thought about the Catholic schools?
Oh, so those are LaSalle is a Catholic or a
I mean, like
private school. so-
Severian,
yeah.
the big ones that always show off in football, but
They don't show off in softball.
I mean, isn't Zavarian an all-boys school?
Oh yeah,
Good job, Dominic.
yeah. You know what? Forget I said that. I'm sorry. I had football on the brain for a minute. I never said I was perfect at this job. I really walked into that one pretty good, didn't I? What are the other big girls softball teams in the Catholic Conference?
Central Catholic?
Yeah. So a lot of those Western.
Oh, they'd be like Springfield out that way.
Yeah. Central Catholic's one of the big ones. They were in the Final Four this year.
Yeah, I think they played Attleboro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Very cool. So before we go, girls, good luck in school.
Thank you.
Young lady, I hope to see you next year in the same chair with her. If not, you'll be here. Hopefully you'll be in anyway. And Coach, great job with what you guys did this year with these girls. It was fun to read, fun to watch. I know us at 4 Deep Sports Talk and everybody at the station want to congratulate you guys on a great year, great season, even though they might be a little bitter on who you beat. But, I mean, just the idea of what you guys did. I mean, you heard the play-by-play guy here in Attleboro, this way he finished up that broadcast. You guys did it again. You're state champions, and it takes hard work, and you guys, I could see you guys succeeding in anything you do as long as you put your mind to it, you know what I mean? And again, thank you for coming on, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For Jacob Janicki, the last time for Jacob Janicki, I'm Dominic Damiano. We hope you enjoyed this hour of 4 Deep Sports Talk, as we had the distinct privilege of highlighting the Division I Massachusetts State Champions in girls softball, the Lady Tigers from Taunton High School. We will catch you next time, and I'm hoping I do the sign-off right. I think I'm going to get this right. Everyone have a fantastic weekend.